Anthropic was the only AI company that had access to classified information within the government. The US government actually used Anthropic's technology in the capture of Maduro in Venezuela. Somebody from Anthropic talked to somebody else in the government and asked if that was true. The US government got upset that they were asking about what they were using the technology for, and basically said, we want to be able to use this for all lawful purposes. Anthropic essentially said, we're going to let you use our technology for whatever you want to use it for, with two exceptions. Those two exceptions were, one, you cannot use it to surveil US citizens, and two, you cannot use it for autonomous weapons with no human in the loop. Pete Hegseth from the US Department of War basically said, no, you don't get to tell us what we can and can't use it for. Anthropic said, you can use it for whatever you want, just not those two things. Again, I made a whole video breaking that down, but fast forward to this week, and Pete Hegseth gave Anthropic until Friday to back down on the AI safeguards. They also threatened Anthropic to designate them as a supply chain risk, which is a big deal and has never been done to a US company before. It's usually done to foreign adversaries. Now, if they are designated as supply chain risk, that means that any company that has ties to the US government is no longer allowed to use Anthropic either. So a ton of massive companies would also have to cut ties with Anthropic if this designation actually ends up happening. However, the Pentagon has also said that Anthropic is still the best at what they do, and it has become pretty essential to what they do. So the US government does not want to give up using Anthropic, but Anthropic does not want to let down on those two terms. Don't surveil US citizens, don't use it for fully autonomous weapons. The only reason we're still talking to these people is we need them, and we need them now, a defense official told Axios. Anthropic has said it's willing to adapt its usage policies for the Pentagon, but not to allow its model to be used for the mass surveillance of Americans or the development of weapons that fire without human involvement. Hegseth told Amadai he won't let any company dictate the terms under which the Pentagon makes operational decisions or object to individual use cases. And apparently, also according to Axios, the Pentagon is already taking steps towards this sort of blacklisting of Anthropic. The Pentagon reached out to Boeing and Lockheed Martin on Wednesday to ask about their exposure to Anthropic. Again, the Pentagon is impressed with Claude's performance, but furious that Anthropic has refused to lift its safeguards and let military use it for all lawful purposes. Now, again, they gave them till Friday to do this, and well, this video goes live on Friday. Dario himself from Anthropic put out a statement about their discussions with the Department of War. Now, as always, I will link up all of my sources in the description below, but here's the gist of it. They reiterate in this article the two things that they do not want to relent on: mass domestic surveillance. We support the use of AI for lawful foreign intelligence